Welcome everyone to a professional DevOps learning channel with DevOps engineer Luis. In today's video, we'll be learning all about Linux commands. In today's video, we're going to learn all about user accounts in Linux. Sudo hostname temporarily changes the name of the server into anything you change the hostname to. Sudo hostnamectl hostname also does the same thing, except it's just ctl. Sudo hostnamectl set hostname, then your preferred hostname, permanently changes the name of the server. Hostname slash your hostname dash I lists the private address of the server. IP lists the IP address of the server. Curl infig.me gives the public IP address of the server. Who lists all the current users, lists the current user and when they logged in. W lists the current user and what they are doing. Now, sudo su-root allows you to work as the root user. Sudo-i switch is the switch to the root user. Sudo su dash and then the username allows you to swap between users. You put the username. Sudo add user, then you put the username, allows you to add a user. ls/home checks all users available. Sudo pass wd, the username, set password for user. cat/etc/pass wd lists all the users' accounts. etc psd pass pwd list contains all users' details and infos. etc/shadow contains all the users' passwords detail. Sudo userdel, then the username, deletes the user's account. Sudo userdel-r username deletes the user's account and their home directory. Sudo group add group name creates a group for users with the name that you input. etc/group checks all the groups available. Sudo groupdel group name deletes a group. Sudo usermod -ag group name username moves/adds users to a group. Now let's look about sudo access in Linux. etc/sudo doers is used to grant or remove sudo access. Sudo echo and the inverted commas username all equal brackets all no pass wd colon all inverted commas sudo t etc sudo doers dot d slash username grants sudo access to the user. Exit logs out of the user. Note: if you're trying to create a user, if you're trying to switch to a user that has a password, the server will ask for the password. If you don't provide with the password, you cannot log in. And once the user logs in, the server will alert the user of all the login attempts. Now let's go ahead and practice it. Now let's do the practical use. We're going to go to instance and then go to mobile xterm. Now inside mobile xterm, what was the first command we learned? The first command was sudo hostname. Then we put whatever hostname we want. Let's just call it party house. Now, if you want to check the host name, you just type host name. And we see that sudo hostname has been set to party house, but this is only temporarily. Now let's try sudo hostname ctl. Then we put whatever hostname we want. Let's call it airport. Okay guys, now we're going to clear our screen because we have a lot going on our screen. Let's do clear, and it instantly removes every command that we've typed for us to see. Now let's do sudo hostname ctl set dash hostname. We'll come back to that command later. Now let's do hostname slash I. What's our hostname? Our hostname is currently party house dash I. Oh, you just have to type hostname dash I. Now let's do IP. And that gives us our IP. Now let's do curl in if config.me, and that gives us our public IP. This is our private IP, public IP, private IP. Now let's do who. We are now etc user, and we logged in at this time at this IP. Now let's do W. It tells us what user we are, we logged in time, what we're doing, we're currently idle, and everything else we need to know. Let's go on next. Sudo su dash root and now I'm the root user. I'm the root. Now, in order to differentiate whether you're a root user or not, you will see that when you're root user, you will have this hashtag, and when you're a normal user, you will have a $sign. This hashtag and $sign is used to differentiate within the root user and normal users who have sudo access. Now let's do sudo. Now let's exit it first to go back to etc user. Now let's do sudo dash I, and now we're back to root user. Now for root user, we don't need to use sudo at all because we already have everything. We use sudo to run the command as a root user. But now that we're already a root user, we don't need to use sudo. But if you include sudo, then it's not a problem. Sudo dash name, let's say ec2 user. Now we're back to ec2 user. It tells us about our last logged in and where we logged in from. Now let's do sudo add user. Oh yeah, we didn't put the username. Sudo add user Mkdir. Now let's do ls/home to list all the users that we have. And you can see we made the user Makhulu, and there he is. Now let's do sudo pass. Now let's say I want to give this user a password. You say sudo pass wd Makhulu. Now changing password for user Makhulu. New password. What's the new password? Let's type it admin 123. Bad password. We type new password. I'll just do the same thing. Admin 123. Successfully changed new password. Now let's say we want to log in to Makhulu. We just do su Makhulu. It's su without a dash. Now we need to enter the password if we want to log into another account that already has a password. Now in order to do this, we just enter the password admin 123, and now we're running it as Makhulu. If we want more clarifications, we just type who, and it shows us that we're still in EC2. Let's do who am I. This tells us the name of the user we are currently logged in as. We're Makhulu. Now let's use exit to go back to EC2 user. Now if we want to list all the users, we just do cat/etc/paths wd. There it is. You can see Nexus, Lewis, Doomsday, Activator, Starboy, Badboy, Alvin, Makhulu. These are all the users that we have here. Some weirdly unique names, I know. Now, if we just want to show all the users' detail and information, we just do. I'm going to show you all the list of users using cat/etc/passwd in order to prove that Doomsday, Badboy, and Doomsday Badboy has been deleted. As we look down, we don't see any. We can see etc user, Nexus, Lewis, Activator, Starboy, and Makhulu, but we don't see Doomsday or Badboy. That shows that the users have been deleted. For Badboy, I deleted him and his user directory and his home directory. Now let's go to the next command. Sudo group add. Then we're gonna put the group name. Let's call it managers. Sudo group add managers. Now let's do cat/etc/group. This shows us all the groups that we have, and we can see managers is there. We have our group called managers. Now let's say we want to delete the group. Let's add another group first. Sudo group add engine room, engine staff, engine. Now let's do cat etc group. Because the engine staff is also there. Now let's say we don't want engine staff. We just use sudo group del engine stuff. Now let's do etc, and engine stuff is now gone. You can only see managers now. Now let's add someone to the group. Let's add Mkdir to engine stuff. Sudo user mod -a g. Remember, Linux is case sensitive, so you always need to put the lowercase when it's needed and the uppercase when it's needed. You cannot do reversal, you cannot do the other way around because it won't work. And group name and username. Let's say managers. Managers. Mkdir. Now, let's cat Mkdir etc / pass wd. Nice, there's Mkdir there. See, he's part of two different groups. You can see 118 and 119. If we go back up here, where is it? There we are. We added him here. Now it shows managers 110 and Mkdir is 118. Now let's go back. It doesn't. It worked alright. It worked. Now let's say we want to give someone user or sudo access. Let's go and let's give sudo access. Now because this command is so long, we have to paste it directly from the Word document. Don't worry guys, I'll paste all these commands inside the description down below for you to get access to it as well. Now let's edit username and enter the username that we want. Mkdir. Now we've gave Mkdir sudo access. Let's see if it's correct or not. Let's sudo into Mkdir. Admin 123. Now we're inside Mkdir. Let's do sudo simple command make directory. We call it lines. Admin. Congratulations on watching the full video. Remember, practice makes perfect. If you have any questions, please comment it in the comment section below. I will see you in the next video as you continue on your DevOps learning journey with DevOps Luis. Bye bye.